Good evening, people. This is a special edition of Keeping It Real Conversations with your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. It is Friday. Yes, I did. I said Friday. August 25th, 2023. We are in the land of the living, of course, so we are excited about that. We are live on Facebook. We are live on the YouTube channel, the name of the show. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell somebody we are live right now. We are live on Twitch and Twitter. Again, the name of the show. Please like, share, subscribe, do all those wonderful things. This is going to be exciting. Why do I say this? Well, as I state to you, I have some of the dopest people on this side of heaven. Every time I'm here. Of course, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. Proven over and over again since I started this show. In September, it'll be 3 years. So again, I'm excited. This young man right here, I'm just saying, please, I don't know if you need to pull over. I don't know if you need to go pop some popcorn. I don't know. But you need to do something. Sit down, listen, grab your grandchildren. I don't know. You need to grab somebody because this is going to be a conversation you do not want to miss. So let's get into his bio this wonderful evening. Of course, I am excited to hear him speak. Again, thank you to Main Event. As always, my big brother, my heart, who always give me the ball to slam dunk into this hoop. And again, he didn't miss it. Daniel H. Fitch is an accomplished filmmaker and video producer with over 2 decades of experience in the industry. He has extensive knowledge and skill in multimedia, video production, customer service, video editing, and marketing that allow him to create high-quality film, video campaigns while staying under budget and, my favorite, on time. As a director and producer, he brings exceptional leadership capabilities to any set or project while utilizing his active listening techniques as a visual storyteller to ensure every detail is realized successfully. His strong communication and organizational skills guarantee everything runs smoothly from start to finish, resulting in satisfaction for all parties involved. Whether you are stakeholders, and artists, entrepreneurs, brands, business owners included. You guys, you are in for a treat. Are you taking my picture? What are you doing? Welcome, CEO founder. And I did say that. Welcome, CEO, founder, Natural Leaders Media, Mr. Fitch.
Sunshine. I'm well. How you doing?
I can't complain. It is Friday. We just got paid. It's the weekend.
The weekend, baby.
So,
indeed.
I'm excited.
Me as well.
So let's go to the beginning. This is my favorite part. Now I can get excited about your end. I can get excited about your middle. But we can't have a good story without the beginning.
Let's start, okay. Man. Yes.
Let's go back to the beginning of Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Before he was a Mr. Fitch.
Okay.
Let's go back to Daniel. When did you know that you were groomed for this? When did you know, as we say in the world, that you were special?
Mm-hmm. Wow. So we going back. I was Danny.
Okay.
Wasn't Daniel. Daniel didn't evolve until I grew into that name. I didn't like it. So, all my family coming up, I was Danny. I'm still Danny to a bunch of people. Um, but I knew I was special once I can comprehend what people were telling me. So I guess 6, 7, because I grew up in a family with a lot of love from my mother and my father. And yes, I had my father the whole way. Um, and that's something I'm definitely proud of. Being that me coming up, 80, 90% of my homeboys didn't have a dad present um, in their life. And during that time, I can't act like I didn't take it for granted and really didn't understand the dynamics of black fathers. So I'm super, super duper blessed. So yeah, to have those two parents, working class parents in my life, I think that's when I realized, yeah, I'm special. I'm looking at some of my friends who really latched on to my dad, you know, um, he became a father figure to a lot of people, a lot of young men, a lot of my friends around the way.
And that's good because again, sometimes that's missing in our villages is real fathers, real dads. I also grew up in a similar neighborhood that actually we had five
Mm-hmm.
father figures on our in our block, and they made sure all of us was taken care of one way or another. Whether they made us walk to school together, we sharing lunches, um, whatever the case may be, we knew that we were protected. Also, having that type of atmosphere, your friends who might not have had that type of upbringing in their home definitely wanted to come home with us. Definitely wanted to be on our block because our block was definitely where it was at. So
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Are you the only child?
No, I got a big sister. She's 5 years older, and she still think I'm her little bro. I mean, I am, but I'm grown now. You
That
know,
don't mean nothing.
I know. It's like she tries though, but she slips a lot. Like, you know what I mean? But she respect me. It's definitely a mutual respect, but she still, she still try to little bro me
You're the
some.
oldest, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm the oldest. I have a younger brother and sister. They're all grown and married. That
right.
don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing. See, look how you said it too. You put the R out there, like
It doesn't matter. I'm
right,
still the oldest.
right.
Um, so, from your growing up, have you always been entertained with the idea of the entertainment industry?
I would have to say yeah, because growing up in Jersey, that's what you saw. It wasn't a lot of pathways. You know what I'm saying? It was sports, basketball, football. You gonna get to the NBA, NFL, baseball at Major League. You're gonna be a dope boy or uh, some level of entertainment, rapper. So my initial dream was basketball, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and that's an interesting story, man. Because to be honest with you, it still bothers me. I was definitely overlooked um, coming up in basketball. Um, a lot of people don't know this story. You know, yeah, I was cut. I was cut in 11th and going for varsity in 11th and 12th, and I can honestly say that, and I'm gonna segue into what you're saying, how it really came to entertainment or whatever, to what I'm doing now. But um, these stories right here shaped me to have the hunger and tenacity that I still have, and the competitive spirit that I still have. Um, I've always been a worker, like trying out for, was it JV? No, yeah, my going into my level, rising junior that year. Um, uh, I was busting my rump. That summer, I went to 5-star basketball camp on my own. Um, I got honorable mention in my group. So if you, I mean, obviously you know about sports and all of that. So to get honorable mention, you up there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make one of them teams, but I got honorable mention, right? The rival point guard for Elizabeth, Lawrence Thomas, he was there at the camp, so he seen me putting in work, and he asked me like, "Yo, why you ain't for Roselle? Why you ain't start? Why you?" Yo, the coaches, whatever. So anyway, nonetheless, my story with that. So the 11th grade season, um, let me just fast forward to a scrimmage. It was a scrimmage game, right? Scrimmages was 6 quarters. Coach was Dan Koki, he was a white dude, and 6 quarters, sunshine. Uh, I ain't get in. It's a scrimmage, right? You supposed how the hell you gonna see what I could do? You don't put me in a daggone game. So you come to the 6 quarter, I finally get in. Now, mind you, I'm always been the type like closed mouth don't get fed. So I speak up for myself, right? I was never like the tough guy or any of that, but I will not let you run over me. You're not taking nothing from me. I will fight you for that. Period. So nonetheless, he looking down the bench. Every time he looked down there, I'm standing up like, yo, what's oh man. Hello?
I'm here.
Why I black out?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Um, so the whole time, so I get in. Finally, the 6 quarter of the 6 quarter, I get in there. I go off. I can remember, and I get into a story about Wiley, because my man's was on the side. He was a freshman, waiting to practice after the scrimmage was over. So I went off, yo. I can remember this game like it was yesterday. I had like 14 points, 6 assists, 4 steals. I'm coming down on a break, pulling for three. Coach like, no, 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 run the offense. Hat. And I'm nailing it. I'm working. I'm picking up full court, getting steals. I went off. The freshman squad sitting there going bonkers while I'm doing this. This man still cut me. He used to tell me to like lay off like during the tryouts. He used to tell me to lay off the point guard, let him run the play. I'm like, how the hell? Why are you telling me not play D? It was just weird, man. I don't know to this day why this man told me I was getting ready to play football that year. He told me, he's like, oh, don't you think you need to work on your basketball? I'm like, what the hell? So I work on my basketball and you still cut me, nut. So nonetheless, even in that story, also I used to get up 6 in the morning every morning before school. I did this for about 45 days before trial. And my witness, rest in peace, is Tyrone Juice. He used to ride by every morning. He used to be the security guard at the school. He used to ride by in his Cadillac Seville, the flat back in the back. Remember those Cadillacs? And beat the horn. Like, yo, Danny, go to. And I remember him telling the coaches, like, yo, Danny out there every day. Like, so I still, to my mind, I'm bewildered on what happened. He dashed my dream, you know what I mean? And even prior to that, I've been waiting to tell this story for anybody that'll listen, right? Even in JV, I made JV. I got good minutes in JV. I messed around and I don't know what I did. I had a girlfriend in Elizabeth. I think I missed a couple practice. I fell out of the rotation.
Oh no, you
But
ain't.
yeah,
Oh, not a girl.
you know, she was my first, so had me wide open. But anyway, so I I go. So it was county time, so county tournament time. I'm like, F that. I'm trying to play. You know what I'm saying? So I'll try to get back in the rotation. So all that week in practice, and we was playing Elizabeth. We wasn't playing them in the Dunn Center. We was playing them at Edison Tech, which is a smaller gym. But if we'd have won that game, our next game would have been in the Dunn Center. And the Dunn Center at that time was like Elizabeth High School was like a college, yo. It was huge. You know what I'm saying? Big platform. So, and my girl was from Elizabeth at that time. So I'm like, yo, I gotta play. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be out there riding the bench. So nonetheless, that whole week, when I tell you I'm first in all the drills, the labs, sprints, getting after it. And Coach Smith, they right after that practice sat everybody down, da, da, da. He says in front of everybody, no matter what happens in the game tomorrow, whatever it was, Danny's getting in for all his hard work this week. Everybody clapping. Oh, fuck. I didn't get in that effing game, yo, at all. So I'm like, when I tell you I ribbed this man that whole trip, bus ride back to school, and I, and I'll apologize right now for all the stuff I said. I came out my mouth, but I was hurt. I was torn apart, man. Like, how you promised me that? I'm a kid. I worked my butt off, man. I worked my butt off. So, you know, yeah, so that threw me off. So nonetheless, let's just fast forward. And I
So
got out.
how did you hook up with Maine? How did y'all meet?
Oh, we used to always go over the Fourth Ward. That's his home basketball court, or the pond, or even St. Mark's. Like I said, Roselle and Linden are right across the street from each other. So the whole time, we lived, eat, drink, basketball. It was basketball. And I had a crew. Me and my man E Mag, Aunt Pack, Rob B. We used to travel. We'll go to any court and play. And like I said, Linden was walking distance. That's when jokers ain't had no cars. Oh, we had our bikes, but bikes was tricky. Taking your bike somewhere, you might not, you might have to walk back. Jokers was stealing bikes like it wasn't nothing, or you had to ride on somebody's pegs. But yeah, that's it. We knew who Wally was. He knew who we were. And like I said, we wasn't really rivals like that. You had to be careful going to other towns and hooping. You will get into a fight. That's at least in Jersey, that's all it was for the most part, was a fight, a fist fight. The gun culture back then didn't really exist unless you was a gangster. Gangsters had guns back then. You know what I'm saying? Like jokers off the street. Like now I live in Atlanta and it don't matter. Everybody got guns. So I'm grateful for the era I came up in because you can go home or you can fight that person the next day. You know what I'm saying? And keep it pushing. So yeah. So Wally was nice. Wally's the only person that dunked on me, man.
Only person?
Only person in my life, and it was so nonchalant that and it's like I can admit it now. Who cares, right? But it was in a 21 rough. We had well, actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. It was in a rough. We call where we're from. We played roughs, right, which is like to 52. Everywhere else I went in this world, everybody else plays
21.
Right? We played the 52. Um, By
Who
twos.
keep up with that?
Well, it's
That's
by twos.
right. Okay.
And it's taps. We play taps. So if you did a 2-hand tap, that was 4
Okay.
points. You did a 1-hand tap, that's 6. So you can get it pile up. You know what I mean? So I'm guarding him, and I'm guarding him nonchalantly. He just made a simple move to the cup. He reached up and he just dunked it. I'm like, oh shit.
He
Just
just
dunked over
looking
me.
at his some of the clips that I've seen. He made it look so easy, like he was just
Yeah.
like
He was going up for a regular layup. And he had that much hops that he got up that high on his layup attempt and he dunked it. He just flushed it. And it wasn't like he banged on me like, ah, you know what I mean? It was just like, do. I'm like, okay. I mean, the man he always had some size to him too. You know, at that time I was scrawny, man. I'm like 5'8", something like that. And I think he was probably about 6'1" ish. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Yeah, but yeah, that was the thing with him. His scouting report was like make him really make him not make him drive. I thought I was a defensive stopper in my head, but man was strong, and his strength is really going to the rack. If I'd have known better, I would have been playing off and let him shoot that jumper. You know what I'm saying? But no, yes, yeah, that's that. But one guy I can remember at the pond, my guy Robbie. Robbie wasn't necessarily a ball player. Robbie was just a pure athlete. He went to the league for football, and but Robbie can jump. He was strong, and he was quick, and he was tenacious. You know what I'm saying? Like especially on D. I can remember while he came out there. You know, like I said, Wally was a legend. Everybody, you wanted to be on Wally. Wally, he's nice. Well, Robbie, ooh, got into him that day. Ooh. Oh. And it was like, oh, it was eye opening for us. Like, okay, Rob giving it to him. And the joke OGs on the side, Cass, all these names, right? Old heads was like, Wally, oh, like, yo, you letting him come from Roselle doing this? We showing up. We won that game. We took that game. While Robbie was giving it to him, but while he wanted to get back on quick, and he did. But he came in there a little nonchalantish until Robbie put a couple moves. 1 or 2. When you at that level he was at, like I said, you're gonna be a target. Joker's gonna try to. They're gonna come at you all the time. And he didn't know who Robbie was at that moment, so he ain't have his foot on the gas like.
where is he at?
Robbie, he actually got a ring with Tom Brady when he played for New England Patriots. He was special teams. He lives in Tampa now with his family at this time. But he played for the Bucks too, Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a minute too. But he's out in Tampa now.
Oh, we're gonna have to get him on the show.
I even talked to Robin. Man. You know how your circles,
now you got homework to do.
Yeah. I mean, but I did ask about him not too long ago. And whoever put I forget who I asked. I think it's X. She was like, she haven't heard from me. So
Yes,
yeah, I will reach out. I'll reach out for you for sure.
So now that we know Danny didn't make it in basketball or football.
Yeah, I didn't love football though. Football, I got crackback blocked. And I tried to fight with my man Slick. I tried to fight him after that, like, and then the coach was like, "Nah, that's legal." I'm like, "That's legal? You could do that?" Just so you know, the crackback block is. So the receiver, I'm guarding the receiver. I'm playing defensive back. Receiver go across the middle. I'm trailing him to make sure a quarterback don't hit him with the pass. somebody on his team can pick me off. So it's like blindsided. So if I'm looking and running with my defender right here, I'm defending this guy right here. Somebody can come from right here and just hit me. It's called a crackback block. So it's just a blind. You run into a brick wall. I have no physical chance to like brace yourself, anything. So yeah, he did it. He laid me out. Chin strap was all off. I get up, pushing and whatever, and Coach Smith, he was the football coach too. Like, oh no, Dan, what you doing? Like, that's legal. It's a legal play. And I'm like, man, F this, yo. Yo, you can't. I'm good. I'm good on this. I mean, I finished that season out, but football wasn't my thing.
So you didn't make it in basketball. You didn't make it in football. No. So when did you pick up a camera?
I got pictures of me with a camera at age 13. My trusty camera. But I got I got pictures of that. But as far as like recording and know what I was doing, well, my first really love came from watching Video Music Box. So I call myself an MC even to this day. So I used to watch Video Music Box, and I used to always try to match the lyrics with the visuals that I seen on screen.
Okay.
And I was more interested in that than the actual lyrics or the actual. That was first for me, the visuals, beats, then lyrics is how I looked at hip hop music. When you have a video, you know what I'm saying, and authenticity. We used to get on people like talking about they got gats and all of that. Nigga, you ain't got no gat. You never shot a gun. How you talking about it in your rap? I'm like, I know you. I know your whole family. Like, what are you talking about? So we were like, yeah, we used to, no, you didn't do that, bro. Talk about something you did. You know what I mean? And so like with this era, oh my gosh, I can't even. It's scary, drill music and all of that. So that's what evolved. Now, when I moved out here to Atlanta, I would say is when I took classes. So I had 92 is an accurate date. If I had to say, I took a class at Union County College, Intro to Television. So that would be, but I started when I came out in 91, and I went to Delaware State University. And 91, you didn't even exist, huh?
No, I existed. 91, 7th grade.
7th grade.
Yeah, I graduated middle school in 92.
Okay. Yeah, so
saying you're old again, but okay.
Yeah, I was running around into things at that point. So I started at Del State. That didn't end well. I went to Delaware State. It was like freedom, no parents. Became a weed head, became an alcoholic.
At the school?
At the school. Like, this is another reason I feel to go back with the basketball, why I was overlooked. My birthday falls in December. So most of these cats that I was competing against was 2 years older than me. So like when I graduated, I was 17. These jokers 19. I'm 20. They all had mustaches, driving to school. And I didn't have the physical capabilities. These jokers was, it was grown at that point. And so like at that time, I couldn't blame it on that because I'm competing. I didn't know that was even a thing. But as you get older, you see, there's different strength as as a kid. I'm 15 trying to guard somebody that's 17. And I think the reason that translate, when I went to the camp, I was with my age bracket. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like I did the things I did at 5 star. But when I get back home, like I said, Jokers is 18, 19, 20 graduating high school. I'm 17, fresh 17. Like I was 16 until December 29th. You know what I mean? At my senior year.
That's 29. So that makes you a cap.
That does make me a cap. Mm-hmm. So, and another thing, let me recap going back. You see, this is a thorn in my side, this basketball thing, right?
I see.
So, another thing was I was recruited. I played baseball. Like, I'm an athlete. So, I played baseball, I played soccer, and I excelled in all of them. Baseballs on tournament teams, all white boys. And anyway, my baseball coach ended up coaching basketball at St. Pat's, which is now a powerhouse. But then they were trash. But he tried to recruit me. It's a rumor he tried to recruit a bunch of people, but he tried to recruit me. So I felt wanted, right? And I couldn't do it because I felt I'd have lost my cool and got teased, by my public school bros. You know what I mean? So it was like, and that was a thing then. Ain't nobody, oh, you go to St. Pat's, like Catholic school, you ain't Catholic, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that was a thing, in that generation, the resources wasn't like that. You didn't, now that's commonplace. These kids got so many resources for basketball and all sports. It's unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was getting up 6 a.m. before school and going to practice outside. So yeah, that was just, I had to throw that in there. That's part of the basketball journey story.
So you went to Delaware.
Went to Delaware State. I ended up academic withdrawal out there. But I feel like that's where I was born at, meaning like that's where Buck came. Well, my nickname is Buck, right? So I went from Danny to Buck. Buck came. Coach Shaw, my freshman basketball coach, actually, he named me Bucky, right? The chompers, right? So, yeah, those was cruel back then, man. So anyway, I didn't like Bucky. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I getting teased and again ready to fight. No, don't call me Bucky. Call me Buck. Buck, I can go with Buck, but Bucky, no, I'm not going for that. So I had to stand up to a couple cats, and then and then Buck just stayed. So boom, fast forward to after Dell State. With Dell State, I realized that I was a hustler, meaning like jobs and everything else. So I ended up failing out after 3 semesters. But I ended up staying down there. I had an apartment down there. I was working. I was selling my little weed and selling my hoodie, not hoodie. I used to go to downtown Newark and buy like Scullies, and for like $5, take them back down to Dell State and flip them. I used to sell peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the dorms. I used to make what's the name, sweet tea, like little drinks or whatever. Yeah, so like I was that guy, like mixtapes. My homeboy used to, my man Sean used to DJ. So I used to have the flavor mixtapes that he did, house, hip hop, sell them up there. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I've always been somebody that wasn't shy to hustle and grind and work hard. Left Dell, That's when I felt like I could rap. Actually, I was doing that in high school. We used to beat on the table in the lunchroom. Me and my man Dave Deloach used to do that um, and rap or whatever. So yeah, the art just was in me. I would say, I am hip hop. We hip hop era. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day. So that was part of it. Like I said, when I failed out, I ended up going back home. My dad is like, we either gonna work, go to school, or get out. That was it. So I enrolled at Union County College, Intro to Television, and that's when I really started messing with the camera and learning the basics of filmmaking and broadcasting.
So it wasn't no girl.
The girl, what girl?
I'm saying, so it wasn't a girl. You wasn't trying to take pictures of a girl.
No, what you mean?
Somebody, you say you're a hustler, right?
Yeah, yes.
So if I was on the other side and I had a camera, oh hey, I'm in school, blah blah blah. Can I take your picture? Blah, blah, that kind of thing. So you weren't doing that?
No, I wasn't. I'm not a photographer. People mistake me for the photographer a lot of times when you see me with a camera, but I was more into recording video.
Same thing.
Same. I mean, yeah, no, yes,
Oh,
no.
I'm saying with the same line, like,
Oh
oh,
yeah, nah.
this
I wasn't.
you want to be a model? You want to be
Yeah,
an expert? I mean,
I wasn't a ladies' man. I'm not a ladies' man. I think I'm handsome and all that, but I'm not a. I'm not a. I'm not a that guy. I'm really not. You know what I mean? Like I'm yeah, I'm just not that person like that.
I wasn't talking about now. I'm talking about when you were younger.
Yeah, even then. Yeah, I'm a late bloomer all day. So I had to my thing with the ladies coming up was like I needed assurance that you liked me. I wasn't the guy that I just wasn't bold with women like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of my guys, they was smashing things and all of that, and I was like, dang, like I didn't have that. I didn't like rejection for one, and I just didn't have that level of courage. I guess you could say. You know what I
But
mean?
you had plenty of rejection. I mean, we didn't say this story for 30 minutes now of you were in basketball.
All right, let's go to chapter 4. Let's speed on. But I'm glad I got that out. It's out now. And
Praise the Lord. I'm
right,
glad you got it out on
right.
my platform. How
You know
being
what I mean?
rejected from basketball has really shaped your life. And
It had. It made me a coach. I coached basketball, and it also made me like not. I know I wouldn't do that to no kid.
absolutely.
It messed me up, sunshine. I know I'm joking,
I
but it
get
messed
it.
me up. I had all my eggs in that basket, and it wasn't like I wasn't nice. I was cut. I was nice. You know what I'm
I,
saying? Like I didn't understand this shit. Like I
I
was,
get it.
I'm like, why?
But in the grand scheme of things,
Mm.
you're here and you hold something dear that the world needs to know about. Um, that the exception in leadership, the exception in customer service, of making sure not only you, but what you do, you love to do,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows. So sometimes we don't understand the whys, but on the flip side of it, those whys end up turning into dollar signs.
Mm-hmm.
We always go back to the beginning, like I said, where in this moment you understand that, hey, I'm young, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just moving. I'm still making decisions. I might make some bad choices, but that's not my end. We move to the middle of any story, and this is where you get the meat and potatoes of all the things that, as we stated, shape you in order for you to get to the next level. Was it always hunky dory? Absolutely not. Um, as they have the song, no pain, no gain. Is in the athlete world, is in the regular physical world, whatever. Sometimes that person that broke your heart, you learn the lessons from those things, you take it and you run with it. Either you be the person that makes sure it never happens to you again, or you make sure that it never happens to someone else.
Right.
And then from there, some of us, as we have been deemed, are creative. Mm-hmm. We have been gifted to be creative. So you telling your story of how you became Daniel. Now, in the beginning, you said you wasn't Daniel, mm-hmm. that you were Danny, mm-hmm. who transformed into Buck, mm-hmm. who now we're getting into the place of who is Daniel. So tell us about when you discovered Daniel.
Atlanta, it was fitting. Once I moved out here in '96. It was just fitting to kind of leave Jersey in Jersey, So and I ended up liking the name. Like, it just sounds prestigious, or I like it. I love it, actually. And it professionally, it works too, right? Like, coming up, I was able to get a lot of jobs, I feel, because my name is Daniel Fitch. So if you look at my resume, you don't see what you see right now. You know what I mean? So I was able to get those calls, get that interview, talk my way into a job. So now, I love what I do, as a filmmaker, video producer, and like, that was it. I started in real estate. That's what got me to Atlanta. I used to work at Continental Airlines. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Continental Airlines got me to Atlanta. I used to work at Newark Airport for about 3 years. And then in '96, I put in for a transfer after visiting Atlanta. And the treatment I got in Atlanta was it was unbelievable. So hence, like I told you, when I left Jersey, I had a girlfriend, and then that relationship went left because she became Muslim. And, at that point, she became Muslim, and she said, oh, we're not fornicating anymore. So as a 23-year-old, that was a bit much for me. You know what I'm saying? It's ironic that I end up being Muslim in my later years. But I did study it at that time, but I just felt like at that moment it was just a little too strict for the lifestyle I wanted to live, or was living. Was doing what everybody was doing at that time. So I visited my homeboy out here, and as soon as I got off the plane, I'm getting a lot of love from the ladies. They like how I talk, how I look, how I walk, how I smell. And like I said earlier, I wasn't really the ladies' man, if you will. I didn't have a whole lot of game. You know what I'm saying? I'm a straight shooter, so like I'm a transparent person. I'm gonna tell you if I got a girlfriend. You know, that was just me. So, you know, but as a single guy, yeah, it was like, whoa, I speak and all that, but it was, they have an abundance of women. And in New Jersey, there was not an abundance of women. It was like, Jokers was sharing women and, you know, not like that, but you got a whole lot of the competition for that good girl. I couldn't compete. These jokers got money. They, you know, it was they going after the athlete, the dope boy. I wasn't any of those. So anyway, I'm in Atlanta. Moved to Atlanta in '96. Transferred from Continental. My homeboy up top came down here and was buying up real estate. You know, flipping, getting money, man. Getting money, 25,000 a flip, like big boy money. When I had heard like, yo, your man Sean, he's doing this thing, yo. He got an 850 BMW. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Yo, he's doing the real estate thing. I'm like, oh, because before I left, I can remember him watching these Carlton Sheets videos. That's before, you know, VHS. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he got that science down and started flipping houses. And he ended up moving out here, showing me what's what. And yeah, that torpedoed me into the videography. So now I'm able to invest. I invested in a car lot. I had a car lot. I had a barbershop. Um, I had a mobile detailing business. So my entrepreneur spirit took over. But a lot of those things didn't last because I didn't have the structure or the true knowledge on how to run a business. So after some trials and tribulations or what have you, and you know, it just evolved, man. The filmmaker thing just evolved. A few of my friends were doing it. Um, I can remember going to the AUC Center, which is Clark, Atlanta, and all of that, with the little flip camera, getting footage. You know what I'm saying? Just wilding out. We wasn't really making no movies or nothing, but just recording stuff. And I fell in love with it. You know. Um, you know, fast forward again, I started my company in 2011, Natural Leaders Media, and I got my first like real contract in 2016. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, filmmaking, like right now, there's a big error for like Tubi and all these different things like filming it. I mean, we knew that filming was it, but it's so accessible right now. Um, and off camera, we were talking about, well, one of the things that really bothered me is the whole thing about fentanyl and how sometimes we do things not thinking or assuming that danger could happen to us, like we're above this thing. And it was left and right, people dying.
Yeah,
Still dying from fentanyl. And it was a story had came out that the actual danger, just a little bit of it, you could die. And we were hearing all these stories of different celebrities that dying from fentanyl, to the point, honestly, right now, like when I hear, unfortunately, if a rapper died, my first thought was like, oh, I hope he wasn't.
Right.
I hope she wasn't.
Right. Yeah.
And it's becoming, to me, I was young when, crack hit the streets. I'm not sure what's going on, but you begin to, I had no idea that this subject in itself was something that hit home for you.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned earlier about, going away, having freedom, and in your freedom, you lost your freedom. What do I mean by that? And so you were smoking weed, you were you became an alcoholic. Um, and these moments where life gets real. There are consequences for those moments of a minute of pleasure.
Right. Yeah, exactly what it is.
Those moments also, for some, can be very regretful because you had the opportunity to do what you were supposed to do. But at that time, when we don't have freedom from our parents and not able to do things, we decide that we're going to go party, not realizing the party has to go to school.
Right.
You got to stick to the books because they don't care about all that. They want to make sure that you're passing and that you can pay.
Right.
Either one of them is not working, you won't be there. Um, so let's talk about your film that you're working on about fentanyl.
So cut is I mean, it's personal to me too, because like I said off camera, my wife's brother and sister-in-law, they OD'd from fentanyl, um, or killed from fentanyl. I don't know how you want to say it. Is that murder if a dope boy get, knowingly gives you something cut with fentanyl? So that happened. What's that? The end of 21, I think. Yeah, the end of 21. Yeah. So I feel like, yeah, the end of 21 that happened. And it was just very sudden, man. It was sudden. Obviously, I'm out Ubering when my wife called me and told me, like, oh, snap. What are you talking about? I just talked to the other day. Like, hmm? So, and then I just thought about, he has 5 kids, 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? So now these 4 kids don't have their parents. So fast forward, my production partner, Malik Salam, who's a writer, director, he actually has a film on Tubi right now called Spring and Third, which documents the neo soul culture and hip hop culture here in Atlanta. Um, a historic club called the Yin Yang Cafe, which turned into Apache Cafe here in Atlanta, um, called Spring and Third on Tubi. Check it out. So anyway, he directed that. Um, we've worked on several projects together, and then he came to me like, "Yo, I got this script. You know what I mean? Check it out." Send me the pitch deck. You know what I mean? I'm like, "Yo, this is dope." And I read the log line. It's like, girl from small town moves to Atlanta for a better start, gets caught up in the strip club culture, falls in love with the DJ who's a rap producer, out partying. Next thing you know, rap producer's friend overdoses from fentanyl. So it's like full circle. I think, matter of fact, I did tell Leak that um, that happened to my brother-in-law, but he didn't write the script. Well, he co-wrote the script. His uncle wrote the script. You know what I mean? And based it off of a movie. So like a comparable movie is a movie called Gridlocked with Tupac. You know that, familiar?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of has them saying parables in there. And Cut is for a few reasons. There's an action scene in there that I don't want to give away that signifies cut, but also it's more so speaking to things that people need to cut out their life. So it's like that time where like I was telling you earlier too, like I had to get off the trees. You know what I'm saying? And I've been smoking since '91. It was not hard. I mean, it was extremely hard to let it go, but to cut it out of your life. So you know how you do that last hoorah. You know what? This is my last time right here. I'm about to cut this out. You know, how many last times do we have? You know what I mean? In us, I had hundreds of last times. Yo, this is my last time, bro. Word. Or you know, you get drunk and hangover, man. This last, I ain't drinking no more, bro. It's my last time. You know, so it's like it's a cycle. But you see somebody OD in front of you, it's a higher level um, of it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, drugs, alcohol, they're all coping mechanisms, right? At the end of the day, I'm not judgmental in any shape or form. You know what I'm saying? You know, my cousin passed away, uh, committed suicide, jumped off a bridge, right? So I say that to say, like, he couldn't cope no more. You know what I mean? Them during that last month or so, he was drinking beer like he was going out of style. You know what I mean? And so going into the movie, that's cut, right? So cut is signifying things you need to cut out your life. Like she needed to, in the movie, the lead needs to cut this producer boy out of her life. But it's not so easy, obviously, when you're in a relationship and you're in love and etc. You know what I'm saying? So things, you know, definitely a toxic relationship. But anyway, feature film, yeah, we're in pre-production right now. We should be going into production like mid-September. Um, and we got a lot of backing, man. People are really loving the story, and we do got some money. We got somebody looking to invest in us right now. 30K, but we're looking for more. You know what I'm saying? But 30K is enough to get it done. Um, but that's why we're calling it like our initial budget. So we are still looking to raise some more money, so we can really make it something that can feed us, you know, feed our families and dive into some generational wealth, you know. Um, and also the investor says if this one is a success, he's open to a slate of films from us and our shows. So I have a few different ideas and shows that I have tucked away that, you know what I'm saying, once I have some extra disposable income, I'm gonna dive into put those things out too. You know, but everything I feel to put my hands on is going to be something that's going to give you a story that you can learn from and take away from, and always going to have good representation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. With the exceptional leadership, it's usually from a personal place of, as we talked about earlier, even though we dealt with rejection, we dealt with hurt, we dealt with misunderstanding or no communication, that shaped us some way, somehow. Of course, if we could do it over again, we wouldn't want that part. But those moments of, I got to stand for what's right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the story with drugs is a personal story because, again, you see it all the time, but most time you walk past it or you ignore it because it's not you per se.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to your home, it comes in your family, those things become a life that can be overwhelming, especially when you didn't grow up like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is not normal. But because society has said, hey, it's okay to do this, oh, it's natural, blah, 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 then we make it okay.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always a cause and effect to these things. I remember There were 3 times in my life where something could have went seriously wrong. And one of them I don't know to this day. Well, actually, 2 of them I don't know to this day. And it involves alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And I just made a promise to myself that ain't it. When you drink and you don't know what happened, you passed out,
Yeah, scary.
you, you like, what happened? Don't nobody know. Some better decisions need to be made
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because it definitely could have been another way.
Mm-hmm.
So those moments for me, I can't do
Mm-hmm.
because it could have been my life gone just like that over alcohol.
Facts. Facts.
Can't do.
Facts.
Um, I was never uh, into smoking. Period. Uh, it's growing up with 2 parents who were chain smokers.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like it. So doing it as an adult, that's nope,
No, thank you.
no thank you. So there's, you know, I don't know where we have these ideas that what we do can't happen to us. Um, and it can. It could very much be your last time
Right.
because we don't know where we're getting it from. We're trusting a drug dealer,
Are we really?
which is right, which is
Right.
you
Insane.
you hear that right when you hear it. Are you really? Do
Right.
you know this person? No, you do not. And as much as things being made in a lab and we're comfortable with it, I mean, there's other things that we could talk about as well. But again, when it becomes a personal thing, your personality changes and all these different things. Like,
Yeah, I think alcohol is a worse drug than marijuana. 'Cause, yeah, I've been there as well. Man. When
so
my,
when you were um, going through your moment of um, alcohol, did your personality change? Like, were you Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or was you?
uh, I was never a violent drunk. I was, uh, well, yeah, to some degree. Um, Liquid confidence. Like I said, with the ladies, I didn't care at that point, so I would turn into, you know, I would be bold, But I feel like the first time I feel like I had some issues. Well, at college was just trendy, and everybody was doing it. So that I don't talk up, but I feel like the times my father passed in '04, and yeah, I went from 240 pounds to 175 pounds in a matter of 2 months. All I was doing was drinking and smoking. Um, Cigarettes, beaties, weed, Black and Miles, drinking cognac, beer, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't eating. I ended up moving back to Jersey um, to stay with my mom after he passed, and I a good friend of mine was in Philly, so I was going back and forth to Philly, hanging out over there, and got to a damn near, I could have lost my life. I got into a hell of a car accident. Um, that was insane. Like I totaled the car, a little Hyundai too. It was like a small car. Like if you're familiar with Philly streets, it was snowing. It wasn't snowing at the time, but it was like snow on the ground. And their streets are super duper narrow, literally probably this narrow, right? And well, snow in Detroit, so you know how like you just got the car tracks, and then it's like a little hump in the middle. So apparently, I'm trying to go home. My man's was like, "Yo, stay crash," but it was like a 15, 20 minute drive. I felt like I could do it, but I'm everything. I'm high, I'm drunk. I mean, I might have been on E. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like at the time, I wasn't really caring about none of that, none of the residual effects, whatever. So yeah, I'm driving. I got caught up on that hump. Boom! I smacked the back of a car. I wake up. I go to sleep on somebody's step in Philly. The next thing you know, the ambulance come. The next thing you know, I'm in the hospital. Lady taking blood. Next thing you know, I take the blood. Next thing you know, I'm in the jail cell. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and that carried on. I had to end up turning myself in. The next thing you know, I had to do like 3 days in jail because of that. And for me, it was just like, wow, that was definitely an eye opener. And I'm just happy to be alive. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I could have easily died in there. That
Yeah, for sure.
you know,
Um, but as we always say, um, that was the thing
mm-hmm.
that got you sober, that got you like we all go through things and we all have our different vices to help us cope, as we said, over things that are traumatic to us. It's not easy. It's not. But that shouldn't be the first thing we run to is alcohol or a drug. Um,
I guess that's easier said, right?
it is. It's easier said, and then they have the moments of really being around people like your village who are really there for you no matter what. Um, it took a while to get to this place where you really trust. Um, and in that moment that they know you so well that sometimes in your silence is even loud, right?
Mm.
That they can pull you out of darkness before it really, really gets midnight. That's the moment or that's the place where we want to be, where we really trust our village,
Mm.
really trust the people who are really, really there for you, not to take away from you, not to steal from you, not to backstab you, not to tell your business, none of these things. But you have somebody here who really can pull you out of your dark place. Um, and those are moments too, like for you, your filming and doing videos could be your therapy. Like there's moments where I realized that writing was therapy for me. Singing was therapy for me. This place of dancing is my therapy. Um, so we have to find out and still evolve. It's okay. We feel like we get to a certain age and we can't grow anymore. That's not true.
No, I agree. I'm growing
Have
every
you
day.
seen sunflowers?
Say again?
Sunflowers. You
Yeah.
know how tall they get?
Right. Yeah.
So we have to get out of that different mindset that you feel like you have arrived and you haven't. There's still things in you that you don't even know you can do. Even at knocking on 50.
All right.
I'm not knocking, but somebody on the here is knocking.
Yeah, I'm proud of it though. I'm proud of it though.
That's good.
All right.
I'm not too far behind, but Yeah, somebody not.
you
Um,
on the
but
street?
huh?
You
Yeah,
on, you on
I'm
the
around the
street?
corner. I'm around the corner. I'm around the corner.
Mhm.
Um, so with the filming, one of the things that also that I saw on social media for you was doing films with your smartphone.
Mhm.
So tell the people about that.
So yeah, how to shoot. I have an ebook called How to Shoot Professional Video with Your Smartphone. So the idea there is like in my journey as a video producer and trying to get clients, a lot of their problems arose because they didn't have the resources or they lacked the skill set or uh, just confidence to shoot their own content. Like one of my offerings is media consulting. So I've always been one to give back and also to I have no problem sharing what I can do. Any skill set. Like I said, even with the basketball, I went to coaching. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of my spirit. Like if I learn something, I'm definitely a each one teach one type of person. Show somebody how to fish. You know what I mean? So this came about where I forget who it was, but I had read somewhere somebody shot a whole feature film with their daggone cell phone, an iPhone, and 4K, whatever the case may be. So like there's tools that you can get to turn your cell phone into a uh, a camera. These cameras that we have, these phones that we have, they're powerful. You know what I mean? They the resolutions that they have. Um, Most people, especially baby boomers, people in my age bracket, you know, um, they're not as technology savvy as they think they are, if you will. So you talk to them about posting and content. They all know they need it, but them doing it because nah, that's social media. I don't got no social media page. You get that. I hear that all the time. You know what I mean? And then they think my rates are too high. So what are you gonna do? Just not do it? So I just came up with like, yo, man, I'm gonna just give away my sauce and let them know how to do it. So and it's for me, it's easy because it's a love. You know what I mean? I love doing it. So that's how that came about. So if I could teach, people how to create their own content and deliver high quality, then yeah, no problem. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's how that came about. I've done a few workshops now, and they went very well. I got 3 booked in the upcoming future, and I need to get more. I'm gonna get more. You know what I mean? Because once I really start expanding it, I feel like it's gonna catch on and be a thing. You know what I mean? Like so. Uh, Now I'm just giving out tips. You know, different on framing, your grid lines in your phone, left third, center third, right third. I talk about storytelling, beginning, middle, end. How to draft a story, um, what your shots, even going to the basics of editing. You know what I mean? And at the end of the workshop, the testimonials, which I'll be dropping here soon, man. I had a great meeting today. That's gonna be able to I'll be able to free up some personal time where I won't have to focus on um, work life balance right there, and I can really start creating some personal content and ideas that I have, in my archives that'll really kind of show more of my creativity and the fun side of me. You know what I mean? Like I have that. A lot of probably what you see is just work for corporate clients, branding, doing branding videos, and things of that nature. But I definitely got TV shows. I got This Is Nick's program. I got an interview series. Um, Yeah, but I love the fact that I can give back. It's a sense of giving back. I mean, I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays to Drew Middle School. On Tuesdays, we talk about programming blockchain programming, and then on Thursdays, it's basically content creation. So like even with these kids, third grade through fifth grade, I was teaching them storytelling, and they grasped grasped it easy. You know what I mean? So that for me, I guess that's my give back. And I love it. I love it.
So since I have it up there, what exactly is a balanced life for you?
Balanced life for me, is what we call everything in perfect rhythm, man. That's so balanced life would be spirituality, my relationship, finances, physical health, and your that's it. It was five and four. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So that for me, is a balanced life. Like I'm chasing financial freedom, just probably like everybody else, and just going for it, man. Being free in what you want, designing your own life. As an entrepreneur, that is one thing I'm big on is designing your own life, man. I can't sit nowhere on no clock. I mean, it's not people got to do what they got to do. I'm not judging. I'm not saying that's bad, but it's not for me. I've been an entrepreneur running around for a while, and it served me right. It's a lot of lows, what I mean? But the highs is like, oh man, the highs are beautiful. You know what I mean? So trying to figure out how to stay in the highs, and create a sustainable business. That's been the biggest challenge to that balanced life, you know. And family was the last one. You know what I mean? I have a daughter. I got a daughter, and trying to teaching her, you know, the right things and putting all options on the table for her. You know what I mean? Like I teach you with this camera right here already, how to frame, how to focus, you know. So she gonna have that skill set, whether she wants to dive in that area or not. She gonna have it in her pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really good. I had a oh, what is something people will be surprised to know about you?
Blah blah blah. Surprise. Hmm. Oh, like I'm a poet. I said that MC maybe. I don't think that's surprising though, right? Like that's not surprising. You're not surprised, right?
No.
Uh, I like maps,
Maps?
atlases, globes.
Oh.
I love that. Um, yeah. I guess that's maybe the most.
That's kind of cool. So I had a guess. I want to say it was last year. This particular person travels. That's what he does.
Mm,
And it all came from being poor, and his entertainment was looking at the globe
mm,
map on his wall.
mm,
So he said to himself that I want to touch every part of this globe.
mm. I'm with
And
him.
at the time, I have to see he has gotten every continent except Antarctica, but that was last year, so I'm not sure.
Wow.
And
Cool. I'm
he's touched
jealous.
almost every part of Africa,
I'm jealous. That's definitely in
and
my
I think he's
area.
around your age.
So yeah, I'm working to get the money. I'm working to get the money to do it. But that's like the show. One of the shows I'm talking about that I have. It's called Globetrotter. So I got 4 episodes shot and done already. I just got to edit them up. But it's I shot it in Brazil when I went to Brazil. I went to Brazil twice, and yeah, like that. That the premise of the show is to travel the globe, right? Like, um, it's a fictional story, but my father left me inheritances around the globe. So I got to go to each spot and claim these inheritances. So it's kind of like, you ever see the Lupin on Netflix? Um, you familiar with Anthony Bourdain, white boy that died? I used to go and so anyway, it's kind of similar to those two things, a mixture of those two. You know what I mean? So yeah, like those are passion projects that I have that if I go through with this, not if, when I go through with this merger with this lady I met with today, it's gonna be able to make that happen. Um,
I'm excited. I have another person that life tried to throw some lemons,
mm-hmm,
and he turned around and made lemonade. So
mm-hmm,
I live vicariously through him of all his wonderful travels. Like, he just came back this summer. It was Greece, it was Africa, it
mm-hmm.
was all
Yeah,
these
man.
different places, been to Italy, been to Paris, all of these different, and it's like, huh? And listen, you can do it too. And so he tells me these things, and it's like, you just feeding me that
Mm-hmm.
I know somebody that I can literally touch, um, who's been in these places. It's not in a book, it's not in a movie. I
Right.
know this person.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, if he can do it, and he tells tips how to do it,
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason, none whatsoever. I already got a passport. Why not? I'm going to use it.
Right.
And one of the other things um, that I recently took for myself was, I can't wait on nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You're going or you're not.
Hell no.
Because while I'm waiting on you to figure out what you're gonna do, I'm missing on opportunities.
The
So
boat is
again,
leaving. The boat is
yeah, I can't.
leaving. You either on it or you ain't. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? There's no in between because I'm gone. I'm
Yep.
gone. Like,
I'm definitely going. So this is a great conversation. Um, and I can't wait to hear all the great news from your meeting today. I do have a couple of announcements before I let you go. Um, Last year in October, I was able to write my first single book by myself,
mm,
which was The Blueprint Guys Design. It is on Amazon. You can put my name in and it'll come up, or you can put the code in and it'll come up. So go ahead and
okay.
support that. If you want to continue to bless this platform for all the things that I have to take care of to make sure that it is still available to all of us, you can donate at my Cash App at Sunshine Camila, Kamilah. That's how you really spell my name. However, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we give thanks to Main Event, as we say, Wally Dixon, Black Top Street Ball Association, btsba.com. Check out when they're coming to your city. If you want to support, please do
Wally,
so.
what up?
Please do so. You know what And1 did for the culture.
Indeed.
Time for us to take it back in our own hands. So again, please support them as well. Everything that I say tonight, of course, is Black owned. So please support. Right here in the city of Detroit, Alita Cotton, which is my sister. She has ginger and turmeric teas. When I tell you, it's some of the best. And she's AC's Teas 313-380 0321. She's on Facebook at AYECEE. If you have any questions, my please inbox her. The whole winter, I didn't get sick because again I was drinking these teas like it was Kool-Aid. Okay. Um, my friend Larry Bug, of course, owner of Waffle Cafe Detroit on the west side here, one of the best menus, waffle breakfast. Oh my God. Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They will be changing their hours soon. But 18685 Illinois, Detroit. You can call them at 313-739-6308. And they just started Sunday brunch. Okay. Oh,
Lunch on Sundays.
whoo. I looked at one item on the menu and said, I'm not buying nothing else. I stopped at shrimp and grits. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to show me nothing else. Amen. So, Alpha and Omega Naturals.com. Please support my friend Alpha. Literally, I am with my hair. It was much longer till I just cut it some. But however, my natural curl was coming back because of these products. My mom's hair completely had fell out due to whatever stress, whatever. But in 6 weeks, my mom's hair is almost completely filled in just by using these natural products. So again, Alpha and Omega Naturals.com. Please support Alpha. Again, Bug has an event space here in Oak Park, 23120 Coolidge Highway, 313-469-2943. If you want to throw a birthday party or baby shower, whatever, graduation, whatever event you want, please get in touch with Bug, please. And last but not least, your girl, this one right here, will be in the stage play this Sweeties Day, October 21st and 22nd. We will be at the Henry Ford Civic Center in Dearborn. Please get your tickets. Again, Saturday and Sunday, October 21st, 22nd, 7 p.m. So the tickets right now till September 2nd is $40 for general admission, $60 for VIP. What do you get with VIP? I'm glad you asked. So is, of course, great seating, light refreshment, and you get to meet the entire staff, the entire cast of this play. That's Brother Man from Martin from the 5th floor, Jewel Tanker, also Dathan, Big Pen from Sunday's Best, and of course some of your best local artists here from the city of Detroit. And yes, I am one of them. So again, you can actually physically get tickets from me. You can go to Eventbrite, put in the stage, the play's name, or you can go to God's World and purchase your tickets. In September, the prices will go up, and the prices will go up again in October. In October, there will be sales at the door, but again, those prices will be up at the door. Again, thank you so much. So what do I call you, Buck, or do I call you Danny? Do I call you Daniel?
You can do all of the above, whatever rolls off your tongue.
So again, I had a great conversation with you, and hopefully, we're going to have great conversations again about your meeting today, and for the future things that's going on with your business and your passion. So I have given all my church announcements. Do you have any last words?
Do what you want to do in life. Go forward, be relentless. Never give up, man. Never give up. There's this thing that the thing you dream about doing, there's somebody that woke up and needs that. There's somebody out there that needs your service. There's somebody out there that needs your book. That's on their spirit. They're searching for it. So keep pushing. There's always an audience. You know, uh, there's a trope in the African American community that we don't have any leaders, and that's just BS. You know what I'm saying? I feel like all of us have greatness inside of us, and it just has to be nurtured and brought out. You know, we're all natural leaders. And that's hence where my name comes from, Natural Leaders Media. You know what I'm saying? Natural is who we are, and that's financial freedom. We're all supposed to have our 40 acres and a mule. You know what I'm saying? Leaders is who we are, which is community. And the media stands for spreading love. You know, spreading media out there that represents who we are fully. So it's a big thing. So that's it, man. Support me. Go to naturalleadersmedia.com. You can buy my ebook there. You know, if you want to work with me or if you need some consultation, you have an idea or a project you want to discuss, get some feedback. I do consulting for free. You know, set a call with me, and yeah, let's go, man. Let's get it. It's just no time to waste.
Is that what you said?
Yes. Yep. And that's the same. That's my saying. That's all my Instagram, Facebook, and all that. Natural Leaders Media. At Natural Leaders Media. Let's connect. Let's do it. Keep the culture popping.
Absolutely. Again, this was sponsored by Black Top Street Ball Association. Again, thank you to my friend Robert Jeffries for making this theme song for me. Yeah, I will be back on Tuesday and Thursday of next week with, of course, another guest here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please like, share, and subscribe. As always, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny, proven over and over again, every time. So again, I will see you back on Tuesday with another special guest. Peace.
Peace.